Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So today, I just thought we'd do something a little different. So this is a word search, or I'm starting to think that word search might be copyrighted, like as a term, because we have word finds. I was just wandering through Dollar General and saw it, and it is like big print for like kids or elderly people who can't see very well, or people with impaired vision, but that doesn't matter too much because it is a National Geographic. I thought that kind of fits the theme of what goes on this channel, so I decided why not. So this is a 2 books in 1 version. So when I flip it over, there's more. This is the volume 1, and then volume 2. So I guess technically we should start here, but I'm a little biased to start on the side that has, looks like the Utah mountain range, but I might be wrong. So I'm not a circler. Like, I know some people do these and they circle them, but I'm definitely a highlighter kind of person. And for those who don't know, my favorite color is green. Pretty much the darker shades, but the pastels are pretty too. Give me 1 second. It is harvest season, so I had to sneeze. So sorry. It's harvest season. They're taking out soybeans. It's just such a great time. I've done nothing but sneeze today. That probably won't be the only pause I have to take to sneeze. So I figured we'd just get started here and just break the glue. Oh no. Maybe flip to one that we think is interesting. You might not be able to see everything, and I do apologize for that, but by some grace of God, the tripod is tripoding today, and I'm not going to touch it. So this one is Daffodil Varieties. Mammal Mania. There's a bunch of different mammals. So we might do this one because there's some interesting ones on there. Mother Nature, there's a nice one. Just nature terms, things like that. Seasonal things. Hibernation. King Tut. Interesting. I guess these are like artifacts that they found with him. Interesting. Gila Monster. Ancient China. There's a lot of pages, so I'm not going to go through all of them. And they also have the answers in the middle. That's funny. Peanuts. Like the food. Ostriches. Whale watching. Earth Matters. That's kind of cool. It's like different places, different types of formations and things on the earth. In the pyramids. Deserts. Yellowstone Fun. Oh, there's a good one. That's probably one of my favorite national parks. Gulls, as in seagulls and other water birds. Pioneer History. Philadelphia. Beavers. Oop. Did I say dragon fruit or something? What was that? Dragonflies. Sorry. Terrariums. Dolphin tails. U.S. mountains. That's another good one for this channel. Types of cacti. About raccoons. Great Barrier Reef. The Incan Empire. Speaking of ants. Greece's Bronze Age. Holly. That's a good Christmas one. At least in the U.S. Angkor Wat, that's interesting. Penguins. most penguins do not live in cold climates. They actually live in tropical climates. Bird words, soy products, very specific, I guess, and British wildflowers. I think to keep with the theme, wow, it opened to that page anyway, we're gonna do U.S. mountains. So I don't necessarily start these puzzles by looking for a specific word, especially when there's nothing, like I haven't found anything in particular yet. I will just see what my eyes catch and see if it exists on the list. And if it does exist on the list, I'll mark it. And then as we get down to the last few, that's when I'll start to look for specific words. So I can see right off the bat St. Elias is on here. That is one I am familiar with. Mark it off the list. Just see what we can find, you know? Down here at the bottom, Charleston. That's too big of a word to just be an accidental spelling. Like, you know, sometimes you can get like the 3-4 letter words that are just accidentally on there. Yeah, that's too big of a word to be an accident. Anderson. Yeah. Anderson. I also see Yo, which is like Jackson Yo, stuff like that, but that's not on this list. So let's continue. See what else jumps out at me before we start looking for specific ones. And I'll show you my little technique that I'm sure just slows me down for finding the missing words when I get down to the last few. So that one's Naomi. And I'm sure some of you have already seen some of these. Some of these words are not necessarily familiar to me, so they hide a little better. I feel like Monroe should just jump out at me, but I guess I was wrong, because that's like a name. Or like Big Bear. Fat Bear Week just ended. Congratulations to Chunk. If you don't know what Fat Bear Week is, and speaking of Big Bear, Fat Bear Week is a bracket style competition held by put on by the National Park Service, where you get to vote nearly every day for nearly a week, to vote on which bear fattened up the most this year. So you see the picture of them when they came out of hibernation versus where they are now. And it's a bracket style competition, and it's just to bring attention to the park. And I cannot remember the name of that park. My brain keeps saying Denali, but it's not Denali. It's the one that you can only get to by either boat or seaplane. Like, there's no other way to get there. So it's very, very desolate. But it's like the #1 place to see grizzly bears. So it'll come to me. It will come to me. And when it does, I'll try not to yell it out. I keep wanting to do something over here. Yep. Because the tsunami is over here. That's why I was catching it, but I wasn't catching it. And here is Callahan. And good about putting them like backwards and stuff too. I know there are some word searches where it's like they put them just all left to right. So I don't even know the last time I've done a word search. I'd actually probably say here's defiance. I actually think the last word search I probably did it was a Japanese word search, because that's how I was learning Japanese writing and reading. I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do word searches to like jog my memory better with identifying hiragana and katakana. And it did work, but man, it's been like over a year since I've practiced Japanese, so it's not. It's all lost now for the most part. There's black tooth that I almost hit the wrong letter with. My bad. Oh, well, what'd you think of that? It's also Boise. We are not halfway done. Here's glass. Yeah, like some of these names you think would just jump right out at me. Like Hamilton. I don't know if you all are familiar with the musical. I do, in fact, there it is. I do, in fact, love Hamilton. Like, the soundtrack is just so fun. But, you know. I know not everybody likes it. I think the other thing is because I'm trying to talk. Montezuma. I think because I'm trying to talk at the same time, my brain just cannot do both things at once. Is that Bendel Bend? Yes, it is. Right? No. This one is, though. Bendel Bend. So that's in the US, so I'm not sure where that would be. That's probably somewhere in, like, northeast, isn't it? If I had to take a guess. It sounds like Bendel Bend sounds like it would be in, like, Maine. I don't mean that in any particular way, either. It just sounds like it would be. Mount Hood, that's in Washington, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Mount Hood. And I think I see one and I'm like, ah. There you are, Warren. And some of these are just interesting. Yeah, there it is, Union. Some of these are just like interesting, like I should be able to see these, like, you know, some people look for like the double letters and things like that. So, Snowy Side. There it is. There's a big one. West Spanish. 2 words, of course. I don't know what that noise was. I don't know if it's my car expanding or something just bounced off the roof of my car, but either way. If you heard that, sorry. Snowy Side's like a really long one, so that one's gotta pop out at me. It's probably vertical or horizontal. Some of you might have already seen it already. But you know, it is what it is. There is one on this list nearby. See it? It's just Ryan. I don't know why, but I'm having the hardest time trying to find it. Like, I would have thought it would... No, I lied. I would have thought it would jump out at me. It did. I just had to manifest it. I had to put it out there in the universe. There's Notch. Medicine Bow's another big one that I feel like should just jump out at me. Because that's a really long word. Yeah, right there. Medicine Bow. I just had to speak it into existence. Maiden, Irish. It's another one I feel like should pop out at me. It just hasn't yet. Is what it is, I guess. We'll just keep playing the game as it is meant to be played. I just feel like Irish is just staring me in the face right now. And Monroe. I still haven't found Monroe. I thought I did already. Yikes. Here it is. Monroe. Running out of space of things I've not found yet. I'm running out of space of unfound or unused letters, I guess I should call it. So again, y'all are probably screaming at me. Like, how could you miss that? I just see things differently. Don't get mad. Coast. The only downside, I think, to using like highlighters, this one doesn't bleed that bad. I was worried it was gonna bleed. It's a very noisy truck. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Very noisy truck. There's Irish. I don't know where that one would even be. Somewhere in the US apparently, but where at, I'm not sure. Close, but not quite. Next one. Agassiz. Oh, look, another one. Adirondack. That I figured would jump out at me. I was wrong. That's another long one, though. There it is. Adirondack. Okay, we're almost done now. Cabo. Cabot. Cabo. Just two more on the left side column. We're now looking for Caribou and Fountain. That's all that's left over there. Decent sound. Just the grippy on the pen. And if you look close enough at my nails, you will realize that the ones on the right hand are not nearly as good as the ones on the left hand, and that is because I am right-handed and I do my nails myself. So don't look too close at the right hand, just look closer at the left hand. It looks great. The left hand is beautiful. Don't worry about the other one. The other one doesn't exist. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I guess now that there's so many of them, I'm going to show you my little trick. So it does take a little while, but it does guarantee that like you finish it. So in this case, like we're going to look for caribou. So the first letters are C-A-R. So I go row to row or top to bottom, and we're going to look for the letter C. And if we come across the letter C in one of these lines, we'll then look at all the surrounding letters, and if there's the next letter, then we continue that. Unfortunately, the R is not there, so that is a dead end. So we're just gonna keep doing that till we come across a C-A-R that we can follow. And it's not foolproof. Occasionally you get ahead of yourself. It does not work out, but you know, it's better than just constantly skimming over each and every letter that you come across. There, this one, C-A-R. There you go. Alright, last thing in the left-hand column is a fountain. So we'll start again from the top and make our way down. And this time we're going to look for an F, followed by an O, followed by a U. There are not a lot of F's. Right next to caribou. Fountain. And that completes the left-hand column. So let's keep on here with the last of them. So we have Meaden, Ramapo, and Snowy Side. And that's it for this puzzle. So let's take a look. Look for an M followed by an E-A. And if you kind of glance at a row and you notice it does not have that first letter, don't even bother then. You don't have to look through that whole row. There's a lot of vowels. There are a lot of vowels and not a lot of consonants. Here it is. I just saw it by chance. Meaden. Also in line with caribou and fountain. It's almost like I'm being mocked. It's almost like being mocked. And there is a Ramapo. And the last one is Snowy Side. Like I said, that's such a big one. I feel like that would have jumped out at me like very early on. But I was wrong. There's this and O, but it does not end in a W. So we keep looking. There's an SN, but it just goes into another N. SNT. Oh well. SNI. Okay, well, we've clearly looked past something. Clearly I've overlooked something. I mean, that or the dollar store has failed me. Which, by the way, it's a Dollar General. And boy, is it generally a dollar. Because this thing was $7. Crazy. These things used to be like $1.50. But oh well. So let's give that shoulder a break. Let's look with this one. If you have found it already, feel free to yell at me in the comments. It's so T. It's so close. There's no B. There's F. There's F. There's an A. There it is. Went right past it. Blew right past it, like I said. Someone out there's probably yelling at me. Alright. So, that is it for today. Here is our completed puzzle. And in alphabetical order, we found Adirondack, Agassiz, Anderson, Bentalabin, Big Bear, Blacktooth, Boise, Cabo, Callahan, Caribou, Charleston, Coast, Defiance, Fountain, the Fountain Mountain, Glass, Hamilton, Hood, Irish, Maiden, Medicine Bow, Monroe, Montezuma, Naomi, Notch, Ramapo, Ryan, St. Elias, Snowy Side, Sinope, Union, Warren, and West Spanish. So that's fun. Let me know if you'd like to see more. And if so, if any of these other topics stuck out to you or not. And this is just the first book. Like I said, there is the whole second book that I can also do puzzles out of. So yeah, there's one right there, U.S. Forests. That sounds like a good one. Hoosier, driven through that about 1,000 times. The Black Hills, I've driven to that one. The Tetons, have done that. I feel like there's probably more, but Katmai, That's the name of the park with Fat Bear Week. Katmai National Park. Katmai. Katmai. Beautiful, untouched wilderness. So if you stuck around long enough, there's Katmai National Park that does Fat Bear Week. So yeah, thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, feel free to leave a suggestion if you'd like to see more. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.